What is up, all you lonely watchers out there? It's LonelyFubuki, and we're back with another video, finally. But I just wanted to first thank you all for 5,000 subscribers and 1 million views, which we hit a little bit ago, but I haven't had a chance to address it. Thank you all so much for all the support. We're nearly at 6,000 subs since that announcement happened, so that's crazy. This channel is like moving way faster than I ever thought it would in 2025, especially after how 2024 was kind of slow. I didn't like make a whole bunch of like good videos, but I feel like now that I step back and I put more time into everything, it's doing a lot better on average, and I have some real big things planned for the rest of the year, so make sure to stay tuned. But today, I will finally be fulfilling the Q&A promise that I made like nearly a month ago. I figured since I have way more new fans as opposed to last time I did something like this, I think I was literally at half the subscriber count last time. But I figured, hey, this would be a good chance to introduce myself to my new audience and, yeah, maybe learn some more about me. So let's get into it with the first questions. I asked you all on the YouTube community tab and in my Discord server, and these are the questions that came back. Eve Tanuki asks, Phantom Hourglass or Spirit Tracks? Now, I am not a big Legend of Zelda fan. For a while, I joked that I had only had the bread, where I played the first Zelda game on NES. Absolutely loved it, one of my favorite NES games. And then the latest game at the time, which was Breath of the Wild. Again, one of my favorite Switch games, one of my favorite games of all time. I did end up getting Tears of the Kingdom, but it just wasn't for me. I don't know, it just felt a lot more boring the second time around. A lot of the sky was just like nothing. It didn't feel as good to explore Hyrule. I know there's the whole underground section, but like the game couldn't keep me invested for that long. I played it for about like 10 hours and then I kind of dipped out, which was a shame because that game was notoriously expensive for a Nintendo game. Then I played the demo for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I loved it, but I've never like went back and played some of the other games. I like started Minish Cap, but I never finished it. And yeah, I never knew how to feel about the DS like touchscreen based games. Although I do have a friend that really glazes Spirit Tracks, so it has made me more interested to eventually try it out. Maybe one day I will play. Maybe one day I'll stream it or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's where I stand on that particular issue. Not a big Zelda fan. But my Spirit Tracks glazer friend has certainly made me curious and made me look the other way. Asadron 5000 says, I read no hateful questions as no heartful questions, a reference to the rules for what questions I would allow for this video in the post that I made, and was confused as to what the Heartful Tribe had done wrong to you. Anyways, opinions on the Heartful Tribe. It's a decent tribe. I like the healers, because the tribe is mainly composed of healers. I mean, honestly, that's all it's good for. I don't like a lot of the designs in the tribe in general. They're usually okay. I'm more a fan of like the Charming Tribe and what other tribes? I guess the Eerie Tribe. I really like the Eerie Tribe too. Eerie Tribe would probably be my number 2 if we're not including specialty tribes like the Wandroid Tribe and stuff like that. Wandroid is easily on top. But yeah, Heartful Tribe yokai, they're okay. Good for healers, not for much else. Noah asks, why is Blizzaria your favorite character in Yokai Watch? And what is your favorite season in Yokai Watch? Blizzaria is not my favorite character in Yokai Watch. Haley Ann Thomas is my favorite character in Yokai Watch. Blizzaria is my favorite yokai. Big difference. I don't know, I just like the icy aesthetic. I like her personality. I think her design is really cute, and I was always a sucker for the kimono. I think blue is a pretty color. I just like her aesthetics, and also she's an S rank, so like I can actually use her in the game itself, past the story. And I just always liked the Mrs. Frost quest in Yokai Watch, and I don't know, she's a really cool character. I like the colors and I like the design. I think it all meshes well. Plus, the Yuki Onna is a total girl boss. And what's your favorite season in Yokai Watch? I'm gonna assume that this does not count like other shows like Shadow Side and Gakuen, and I'm also going to assume that like this is like the original run. 2019 and Music Note do not count. I assume we're strictly talking about Yokai Watch seasons 1 through 4. And I don't know, that's kind of tricky. Because I like a lot of the adventures and a lot of the yokai introduced and a lot of the story elements of season 2. But season 3 has Haley. You know what, it might just be season 3 for Haley, because season 2 is really good. But season 3, just because Haley brings a lot more new to the table. I like her dynamic. I love her and Usapion so much. Season 1 is just like, okay, it's like standard like Monster of the Week stuff. There's nothing too interesting like overarching plot-wise. And then season 4 has some good things, like it starts out good and then it just goes way over the top. A lot of the new characters in yokai are just like unbearable to me. Nate just is completely over the top. He's no longer an enjoyable character. And they kind of like start to de-emphasize Haley in. And I know they have like other segments in the show, like the Kyoe segment and the Blaster's T segments. But I don't think they make up for how lackluster the normal episodes are, which are what a lot of people come there for. Aura God asks, what is your favorite yokai medal design? Like classic, legend, boss, etc. I used to like be a big supporter of like the dream medals because I like how it like showed the yokai and showed a lot more of their personality and stuff. I like the poker chip aesthetic, but I think the treasure medals do that like times 10. I think they do a lot better of a job, a lot more than I gave them credit for initially, because I really wasn't a fan of the treasure medals. But yeah, probably the treasure medals are my favorite at this point. They're like really fun and really fun designs. I love to collect them. Other than that, and treasure medals and dream medals, probably song medals, just because the songs are so adorable, man. I just love collecting them. I will like buy individual like song medals just to listen to them because they are awesome. I even had the Abe Kome Club as my ringtone not too long ago because it was just so adorable. I loved it so much. Okay, my good friend Mystic Warriors, a friend of the channel and of me personally, she makes a lot of the... I can't even give a straight face. She makes a lot of the art you see, like my little avatar and like art for the channel. So make sure to go subscribe to her. She's great. I really appreciate it. I probably wouldn't have gotten as far on YouTube without her. I can't even like keep a straight face because I'm thinking of the question. How are babies made is what she wants to know. See, when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much, the daddy sends his little whispers to go meet up with the mommies unsheltered, and 9 months later, a baby is born. I think it's pretty self-explanatory there. Thanks for the question. Oh, she also asks, me versus you rap battle when? May 22nd. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me, you, Discord. I will battle you with the worst freestyling you could ever imagine. I don't even know when or what day May 22nd is, so I don't know if I can even do that. But contact me. I will horribly freestyle you. Thanks for the questions. Yes, I love like dumb questions like this. Stellar Wheat 5 asks, what is your favorite way to have eggs? Like scrambled, over easy, over medium, etc. Over easy, over medium, anything like that is fine. I absolutely hate scrambled with a passion. Maybe with hot sauce, it's tolerable, but like in any other circumstance, I can't have scrambled. It just doesn't taste good. I hate the texture. It's just, ugh, it feels weird in my mouth. I can't stand it. But also, I hate how, like, I don't like eggs in general. Like, even, like, over easy, it's just so dippy, it gets everywhere. So what I'll do is, like, I'll cut around, with a knife, I'll cut around the, like, yolk, and then I'll eat, like, the white, and then I'll, like, eat the yolk all at once, just to avoid anything spilling, because I don't like anything, like, spilling out on my plate, because it's bad. I hate it. I hate those little liquids touching my toast or whatever else it is. I just don't like breakfast that much in general. Just most breakfast food is not that great, with a few exceptions. So, how about neither? Thanks for the question. Love Deluxe asks, what's your favorite music artist? And I'm not sure if I have a good answer for this question, because I don't really listen to, like, music. Like, I don't really listen to specific artists and stuff. Like, what I'll do is, like, I'll listen to, like, Taylor Swift or something like that for a week, or Sabrina Carpenter, or whatever. Surprisingly, I've never listened to Chapel Roan, so that's a sin I need to atone for eventually. I might even do it, like, right after this, because what else am I doing? I'm and then I'll, like, listen to, like, my Spotify playlist, which will be, like, exclusively songs from musicals and, like, Yokai Watch and, like, VGM stuff. And then I'll, like, get fixated on, like, one song, and then I'll listen to that multiple times over. Like, I will have it on loop, just playing as I'm walking to school. Oh, the song ended? Oh, okay, grab my phone back out, hit the replay button. We're listening to that song over and over again until I get to my destination. So my song right now is actually Blood in the Water from Legally Blonde. So, yeah, it's memorized in my brain because I've been listening to it so often. It's all I listen to on the way to school, while I'm working, when I'm at home relaxing. That's just how I am. I Like Trains asks, what style of battle in the mainline series is your favorite? The wheel, the board, or the real-time combat in 4? Automatically gonna rule out the real-time combat in 4. I really don't like the real-time combat that much, even though 4 is my favorite game. That's one of the weak points for me personally, is the real-time combat. That and the fact that Yokai Watch is built on, like, such a unique battle system, and the fact that they just completely got rid of it in the 4th entry kind of upsets me. I really like the uniqueness of the wheel and the tactics board, but between the two, I really like the tactics board. It's nicer. You can, like, move around your yokai and have, like, more strategy with the positionings, and you can line them up and stuff. You can avoid Sultimates, even though it kind of makes it a pain to use Sultimates on normal enemies, but at least you can always use them on bosses. I think the gimmicks are, like, a lot more substantiated and work a lot better with the tactics board and all the other stuff it adds, like the yokai blaster, and the fact that you can purify yokai when they're out on the board fighting, which is nice. And yeah, I think it really trumps the wheel, and eventually I'll make a video ranking all the Yokai Watch games, and that's going to be a main point I'm probably going to harp on for a while. How much the tactics board improved over the wheel system in 1 and 2, which is still good, but it's not preferred for me. I'd rather play 3. But the 1 and 2, like, wheel system is better for Citra. I'll say that at least, because a lot of that things you get him after the controls. It's a lot harder to move things quickly when you need to on Citra with the controller. You'd have to actually use the mouse, but in general, I'd still give it to the tactics board. Pika or Pika Twig 16 asks, if you recall, how did you settle on your username, and what do you think of Wash Shogun? So, my username was originally just, like, my legal name, and then I ended up joining Reddit around the time that I got Yokai Watch 4, as I was, like, kind of, like, soft rejoining the fandom in Christmas, I want to say, of 2020. So, Toma was my favorite character. I don't know if we had a localized name of him at that point, but anyway, I was calling him Toma either way. Pretty sure we didn't have a localized name at that point. So my name was Lonely Toma because I was like an edgy 14-year-old who was like, I'm all alone, nobody loves me, I have no friends. Which was true at the time. I didn't have any friends. Luckily I do now, and I appreciate every single one of them. But yeah, at the time I did not have any friends. And so yeah, I was Lonely Toma because I really liked Toma. He was my favorite character. And then when I made a YouTube account, I was Lonely Toma for a while. And then I liked Blazzaria, so I figured if I just changed it to LonelyFubuki. I don't know why I changed it from Lonely Toma. I guess didn't like the idea of him like representing me personally. So I figured I'd rather have like Blazzaria representing me personally. Or rather Fubuki Himekawa, because she's actually what my channel was named after, Fubuki Himekawa, not Blazzaria, because I was starting to get into Gakuen at that time, and I liked Fubuki Himekawa's character. I thought she would represent me better than Toma would, so I decided to make her the original profile picture of the channel and name the channel after her, so LonelyFubuki, because I was keeping that same naming scheme. I kind of wish I didn't keep that name, because I feel like it's a little too late to change it now. I really don't like that name, but it's part of the brand now, so I just keep it as is. Washogun is the GOAT. He was a hard carry in my Yokai Watch 2 Nuzlocke, which was one of my favorite videos, both to make and probably the favorite in general, because it's one of my highest viewed videos. People really like that Yokai Watch 2 Nuzlocke video. And that streaming series was really fun to do. So yeah, Washogun was a big help, and he was pretty much the MVP of the run. So yeah, big thumbs up. Really loved him. He was really useful against Dame Demona. Seth World HQ asks, Doraemon or Yokai Watch? And of course I'm going to pick Yokai Watch. I'm a Yokai Watch fan at heart, and I don't have that much experience with Doraemon. But I did, as a kid, remember watching Doraemon Gadget Cat from the Future one day when I was like zipping through channels, and I found that show. And I think one of the characters, I think whoever plays Nobi, I think Nobi has the same voice actor as Nate, and I did notice that later on when I flipped through Yokai Watch. And that was one of the reasons why I kind of got hooked on it. I'm like, oh, it's from that show I watched as a kid. Whatever happened to Doraemon? Doraemon Gadget Cat from the Future, because I thought it was a really fun show. I think it was the only piece of like Doraemon, one of the very few pieces of Doraemon media that actually got localized. And honestly, I'd love to watch it in the modern age, see what's happened to it, because I don't remember much from that show. I just remember really liking it when I was like 6 years old, so I'd love to go back to that time and see it again. I don't know. Doraemon retrospective coming soon, but no, I'd love to see that show. I wouldn't say it's a big part of my childhood, but it's one of those shows that like stuck out for a while, and I really like the premise of. And yeah, I should probably show it more love than I have. I've been playing some like Doraemon games, Doraemon 2 on Game Boy, and the Doraemon game on Famicom I think is okay. I got a card game on DS, which I didn't realize was a card game, so I'm like, I don't know how to play this. And then I like started playing the Doraemon game on Nintendo 64, or one of them, I forget which one, and then I kind of got stuck with something. And then I have one on the Game Gear 2 that I haven't played at all, so I don't know, maybe that could be a theme for a stream one day, just Doraemon games. But yeah, thanks for your question. Thanks for reminding me that Doraemon exists. But the answer is Yokai Watch. Cube Kitsune Snake YT asks, so what do you think about the Holy Horror Mansion trailer? Should Level 5 give a try with that, or return one last chance to Yokai Watch games and localization? I think Yokai Watch has run its course. I am pleased with what we got. They tried. It's just not going to appeal to a global audience. So either way, it's going to be niche. It's going to be stuck in Japan if it does continue. But Holy Horror Mansion has a lot more potential to like actually stick with a non-Japanese audience. And I really like what I really like the aesthetics of everything and where they're going with it. The only thing that worries me is the use of generative AI in the trailers. But Level 5 has consistently said that, oh, they use generative AI as, like, placeholders and stuff. And that trailer was clearly rushed out because the game was, like, not ready at all to be shown. So I'm just hoping it was poor judgment on Level 5's part, showing the game way too early before it was ever supposed to be seen by the public. And that was, like, more of a, like, shareholder / like, investor trailer or whatever, press meeting, like, trailer that they just showed because they needed to show something because the fans were getting antsy. It still doesn't make it right, I think, but I'd still support the game as long as there isn't any traces of generative AI in the, final product, because it does seem like a good concept for a game, and I definitely would love to play it someday. I'm just not going to support it if it takes away from actual artists and their jobs, and also by proxy stealing with its data collection. So yeah, I'm excited for Holy Horror Mansion. I don't expect Yokai Watch to come back, and yeah, hopefully it's good and there's nothing controversial about it. Sage Ann, I believe, is supposed to be asks, who is your favorite side character in Yokai Watch? I don't know. Could Buck? Oh, no, Buck is a main character, I feel like. Jane is one that comes to mind. She's a really great character. I loved her arc with Bear Boy and Yokai Watch 3. Lucas, I guess, he should be a more important character, but at this point he is pretty much a side character. I really liked his personality. I wish they would use him more. So there's that. The grandma in Shadow Side I really like as well. I don't even know her, like, actual name. Do we know her actual name? I'm pretty sure we do, but I just don't know it off the top of my head. So I guess that's your answer, either Lucas or Jane. Those are probably the top contenders for my favorite side character. My auto-generated password asks, what are some yokai from Puni Puni you would like to see in a new Yokai Watch game? If there was ever a Yokai Watch 5, I'd love for Komami to be playable. I know she didn't originate in Puni. I'm pretty sure she originated in the 2019 anime. But Puni Puni is her only playable official appearance. Komama? Is Komama even in Puni? I don't think she is playable in Puni now that I think about it. She might not be. But I'd love to see her as well. I like the ideas of, like, the fusions, like the Blazzaria and Blazzaria fused with Katie and the whole Nate fused with Enma. I don't like the designs that much, but I feel like the idea of humans fusing with yokai should be something that, if there was a potential Yokai Watch 5, would be a good thing to implement. I think it could prove to some really good results. Also, Hello Kitty and My Melody and Karomi. Please, Level 5. They're technically yokai. Add them to the Yokai Watch. If there is a Yokai Watch 5, add them to Yokai Watch 5. Add them to Holy Horror Mansion. I don't care. Do something. Bring them back. Loud asks, thoughts on Focappa? And that's a good question. It may seem random, like, oh, thoughts on Focappa, but I do have thoughts on Focappa, because what the crud is this guy? Why did they name him like that? So in the original Yokai Watch, they were just going for, oh, these little cutesy versions of, like, Japanese yokai from mythology. Oh, that's a cute idea. Let's make a one based off Kappa, and let's name it Wall Kappa. And instead of, like, eating cucumbers, it likes pizza, and it's, like, a totally cool surfer dude. That's kind of cute. And then Yokai Watch 2, they introduced a new category called Classic Yokai, which is, like, more directly inspired by Japanese yokai. So, in Japanese, Wall Kappa is called Nogappa. And then the who we call Faux Kappa is just called Kappa in Japan because he's directly based off that particular yokai. So why do they call him Faux Kappa? Faux meaning fake? I have no idea. It's a stupid name. I hate it. They could have just called him Kappa. Why did you not just name him Kappa? There's plenty of yokai where the name is just kept Whisper, Jibanyan, Komasan, stuff like that. Those names are just kept. So I don't know why it's such a big deal where, oh, we need to call it something different. If you have to call it something different, why Faux Kappa? Why not, like, I don't know, Musky Kappa? I don't know. I don't know what adjective you'd use, but there's definitely got to be a better one than faux, which literally means fake, when he's supposed to be the real Kappa. I don't understand it at all. Sander Sus asks, Parappa the Rapper opinions? And thankfully, YouTube gave me the option to translate it, or else I wouldn't know what this comment means. But in terms of opinions on Parappa the Rapper, I know it's one of those games that, like, you need to experience it on an original CRT because the input delay on, like, modern televisions can be, like, too much. That's something I've heard a lot. It's a pretty expensive game, but I'd love to play it someday, eventually, because I do have a CRT that I use a lot for, like, a lot of my retro gaming stuff. So it's a series I'm definitely interested in, and I like the aesthetic of his character, but I've never experienced a Parappa the Rapper game. And that's all from YouTube. Let's go on to my comments and questions from Discord, starting with Peridot asking, what's your favorite of the Goku/Extreme yokai? I'm guessing Goku Blazaria. I like her little, like, snowman guy that she's with. I'm pretty sure there's, like, a lore reason there, but, like, I don't like Puni. I just think the designs are cool. That would have been a good for the question that it was just asked, what yokai should be in the next Yokai Watch game from Puni. Add that to the list. The Goku yokai are pretty cool. She's pretty cool. I really like Goku Bushinyan as well. Pretty much any Bushinyan in my eyes. I just love the Shogun Yans, the Shogun line so much with him and Last Yamurai and the Goku ones, and I don't know. I think they're just really cool. My good friend Luna asked, do you have any future plans to play unrelated games like before, or talk about general gaming news outside of Yokai Watch? I assume before is referring to the times, like, when there's a certain point where I played, on the channel, I played, Kirby, the touchscreen one, Mass Attack. I played Kirby Mass Attack on the channel. I did a few one-off videos, like I did a video ranking all 37 Wii games I had played, which has since been taken down. Pretty much all of the, non-Yokai Watch videos have since been taken down, or they've migrated. I made another second channel called LonelyFubuki. You should definitely check it out. I'll put a link in the description, where I started to upload some of the archives, like the Kirby wielding a gun thing, and then I made another post exclusively for their, the exaggerated swagger of a black hedgehog for the, the DLC for Sonic X Shadow Generations, because I'm like, I need to make that joke, even though somebody already probably made it by that point. I was like, I need to make that joke. So I put it on the second channel, and then recently I've been doing, like, the whole covering gaming news and stuff on the other channel, but it's mainly, like, just opinionated stuff, like, very, very lax. Like, I have videos of gameplay playing while I'm just talking, just giving my unfiltered, unscripted opinion on something. Like, I did, there's 2 videos like that on the channel as of this point. One on the state of Mario Kart World, and then another, kind of, like, rant / like, just talking about the Minecraft movie, or a Minecraft movie after it's showing. And I'm probably gonna record another video, after I'm done recording this for that channel, because it's a really great way for, like, me to get my thoughts out on things that I really want to make videos about, but I just can't because the channel's limited by Yokai Watch. This channel's probably gonna strictly stay Yokai Watch, besides, like, the occasional stream that I do. like Mario Kart or Smash Brothers. Maybe I'll even do some other theme streams that aren't necessarily Yokai Watch related or related to multiplayer games like Smash Brothers and that. I love to do other things, but I just can't do them on this channel. So if I do start doing stuff like that, it will be on the second channel, LonelyFubuki. So if that interests you, make sure to go subscribe to that channel. I did consider, like, maybe for one of these, it was my original plan for April Fool's one year, is, like, I'm gonna make a really long, lengthy, like, analysis or video on a game series I really like. I was thinking maybe Xenoblade, but something not Yokai Watches, like an April Fool's thing, and that would be my outlet, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna put that much effort into stuff on the second channel, because I want to prioritize you guys. You guys are my priority right now. As much as I'd love to go off on my own creative adventures about other things that aren't Yokai Watch, I really want to serve my community here first and foremost. So if I ever get the opportunity, I'll make something like that, and I'll probably put it on the second channel. Unless you guys really want me to put it on here. But for now, I'm going to keep this channel strictly Yokai Watch related, and things that are adjacent. Excellent question. Gave me a chance to promote my semi-new channel, but Snock asks the question, what's your favorite fruit juice? This is a fun question. I don't know, probably pineapple juice. That's like my go-to. Whenever I go to a restaurant, I always order pineapple juice, and I riot if they don't have it. Just kidding, most of the time they don't have it, so I'll get like orange juice or something. Let's see, apple juice is pretty good. I'm not a big fan of grape juice. I'm not a big fan of grape juice. Cranberry juice can be pretty good. I don't know. It's just grape juice is the main problem. Like, ugh, it is not that good. It is not that good. I'm sorry. I'll stick with my pineapple juice. I don't think I've had that many other types of juices, unless you count, like, I don't know, like Starbucks Dragon Drink. But I don't. I don't know if that would count as juice. So yeah, pineapple juice. To answer your question, it tastes good. PBJ asks, what is your favorite metal song in any language? Probably the McDonald's one. The McDonald's song metal is a really big contender for that. I just think it's so cute. The whole baga baga potato potato, the little interactions between Jibanyan and Ronald McDonald. It's so cute. I just love it so much. Hydabat's song metal is also a really cute one. The Abe Kome Club, like I previously mentioned, is a really cute one. Nyanya All Stars, oh my god, so many of them are so good. But I am probably going to have to go with Final Verdict, the McDonald's one, the Mogu, what's it called, Mogmog Brothers, or Nom Nom Brothers, I guess it would technically be in English. Very cute. And final question on Discord from Oregod. I've been finding it harder to differentiate real art and generative AI art recently. Have you had this issue? Okay. What a fun question to end on. But to get serious for a second, I always felt like, I mean, obviously in like the early era when like AI art had like 12 fingers on each hand and AI images were like that, and they just didn't know how to create anything. I felt like, yeah, I felt pretty confident, like, this stuff is gonna go nowhere, but now it's getting a lot more advanced, and it's kind of scary to see, like, I feel like, and then I realized, like, I'm not really good at distinguishing anyway. Like, I've sent, like, multiple, like, images to a friend, and they're like, that doesn't look real. And then I'll reanalyze it, and I'm like, oh my god, it doesn't look real. But on that first glance, I was like, this is a real image, or this is real art. And then I send it to somebody, and they're like, it looks kind of off. And then it takes that, like, double check, that, like, double take for me to realize sometimes, and that's kind of scary. And it makes me afraid to, like, share art and stuff, unless it's, like, from trusted sources. Like, I know this artist personally. They're my friend, and I know that the art they're posting is real, they made it. But any other circumstance, it just feels like it's hard to, tell sometimes. And it's scary that it's getting to a point where, some people just can't tell outside of, you know, boomers on Facebook who could seemingly never tell, which is still scary in its own way, that older people are being tricked by like images and stuff. But yeah, it's a rampant problem, and I'm kind of ashamed sometimes to admit that I can't always tell. And I don't know, I guess just hope that companies continue to see the worth of humans, and it doesn't get any better than this anyway, but it's probably gonna get better than this. There'll be a day where it's like indistinguishable, and that's a day I am very much fearing. Thanks, Oregod, for the very fun question to close us out. But for real, thank you to everybody that submitted questions. It was really fun to answer these, and I hope some of my new audience that I've gained over the past year or so gets to know a little more about me. Hopefully we get closer as a community. And here's the road to 10k subs, because by the time I post this, I could very much have 6,000, or at the very least, I'm very close to it. I think I'm like 40 subs away, so by the time this does get posted, there is a chance that we're at 6,000. So thank you all for 5,000 subs, 1 million views, and every other sub after that. I really appreciate it, and I never thought I would have ever gotten this far on YouTube, especially just focusing on stupid Yokai Watch content. So, next video will hopefully be Yokai Watch related. I just wanted to get this out there because I promised, and also it's been a rough couple of weeks in terms of getting content out there, so I figured I'd do something that I could get out in a reasonable time. So, yet again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye, my lonely watchers.